In my video where I planted the yellow dot, it was a small 1-gallon plant. It looked like this one that I have in the ground. Actually, right here I have 2 yellow dots, this one and that one. Together they will form a very nice ground cover that mounds a bit. This is what the yellow dot looks like after it really starts to take root. I have one here. I have another one right here that is a full mature plant, and I have another one right here. They look very nice when you group them together. You can see the vines that come out from the plant. These go here, they're going onto the patio, but they also go right across the lawn. They will grow over the granite and into the cactus garden that I have in the back. They are a lovely plant that takes very little care. If you enjoy container plants, it is fun to plant them on your patio. They do make a very nice focal point. They make a patio sort of comfy and cozy. Here I have several plants. This far one over here, I planted an aloe, a small aloe. It has grown quite large. In this planter, I have an agave in the front, and you cannot see it, but I also have an agave in the back. And out the very front of it, I have elephant's food. In this planter, I have another agave. Agaves make nice container plants. As you can see in this one, actually what I did is I cut off the shoots that another agave was sending up. I took them away from the plant. They're called pups. I removed them from the soil, and I had about 6 or 7 of them. I cut the roots back, and then I planted them all together in this pot. Agaves like small containers, and if you put a lot of cuttings together, they will eventually grow and fill the pot. This is another example of putting a lot of agaves together, and the cuttings do not have to be all from the same plant. You can choose cuttings from all different varieties of agave. In this planter, I have elephant's food, and you can see it's slanted towards the sun, but I also have it traveling up a trellis. It is good for trellises, and it adds height to the plant, which I like. Here's another small grouping of agave pups. I put about 4 of them together in this container, and it actually stands on a planter stand, as you can see. All the way down the ground, comes up, and there you have a nice planter filled with green agave. Cacti are another good planter plant, and in this one I have a variety of cacti that grows pretty quickly and does like to be in a pot. This is a very fast-growing cactus. It started out in a 1-gallon container in this pot, and it has grown a lot. This one I do water, I think, because the plant is probably just about ready to be planted into the ground. This one in the summer I water once a week. These are asparagus fern that I have planted in this planter, and I also have a planter over there with asparagus fern, and I have one that looks exactly like this right next to it here. So I have 3 planters planted with asparagus fern. I'm not totally fond of this plant, but they do fill up the container nicely. They only last about 2 seasons, and then they do yellow, and the roots outgrow the pot, so they have to be replanted. In this pot, I have a whole variety of cactus that I packed together. I have a golden beryl, I have a variety of other kinds of cactuses, and I put them together. This container is rather shallow, but they like it here very much. And again, this container in the summer, I only need to water once a week, and in the winter, boy, once every 2 or 3 weeks. This is another example of the elephant's food in a container, and as you can see, it just grows right over the top. All of these plants I plant in a cactus I use a soil made for cactus and succulents.